an Italian firm at the sum of $1.4 billion in March 2021. Now, Kaduna Water Refineries. Kaduna's got the capacity of 110,000 barrels per day capacity, and Warri has got 125,000 barrels per day capacity. Now, the first company that was working on these two refineries was Saipem SPA and Saipem Contracting Limited, and they had been given $1.4 billion. I want to believe that was what was earmarked or budgeted for it. However, something happened, and Daewoo Engineering and Construction was then given the contract. $740.6 million was, earmarked for Kaduna, and $492.3 million was earmarked for Warri Refinery. Now, I want you to follow me. I'm going somewhere. According to the Guardian newspaper, published August 2022, refinery workers, I just told you that refinery has not been working since 2017, right? But refinery workers gulped 136 billion naira. So I'm guessing maybe salaries and all those, all the wages and, all the stuff. 136 billion naira. Business Day, published September 2021, it was reported that the refineries employed 1,586 new staffers and paid 69 billion naira as salaries. Let's get to the Punch that was published, or the publication published in Punch, January 2020. $396 million was spent on turnaround maintenance between 2013 and 2015. That's Goodluck Jonathan's era as president. Now let's get to the publication published in 2021, The Guardian. $25 billion had been spent on the refinery's rehabilitation. Now, according to the report, Abacha spent $216 million between 1994 to 1998. But the refineries even got worse than he met it. He met the refineries working at 60% capacity, but by the time he had invested $260 million between 4 years, the refinery had dwindled in its capacity. Now, after him came Abdulsalami, General Abdulsalami. Now, it is reported that Abdulsalami spent $92 million. Now, a report quoted former GMD of NNPC, Funsho Kopulokun, as saying that Obasanjo spent $1 billion in repairs. Same for refineries. But the refineries refused to get up and walk like the miracles that we can see in the Bible. And so Obasanjo decided to sell the refineries to a consortium that is called, or I don't know if it's still in existence, Blue Circle, and it was led by Dangote and Otedola. You must have heard the story. However, when Yar'Adua came, late Yar'Adua, he reversed the deal, and then by Goodluck Jonathan's time, the refineries was given an output of zero. How much have we spent on subsidy? Different reports would say different things, but according to the Punch, a publication on 8th May 2023, government would have paid 8.4 trillion naira between July and December 2023 had it been government that decided to continue with subsidy. That would have been what? 8.4 trillion naira. And I decided to dig even deeper. And then I saw a publication on the Vanguard, May 6, 2023. And the publication quoted NNPC's report to FAC, that's the Federation account, that in 2021, 1.57 trillion naira was spent on subsidy. Now, between January to May 2022, 1.2 trillion. See, now this is why I marveled. In 2021, 12 months, Nigeria spent 1.57 trillion naira on subsidy. Now, January to May, it's not up to 6 months, 5 months. Nigeria has spent almost what it spent in 2021 for subsidy, but this time 1.27 trillion naira. Now, between June 2022 and June 2023, we are not even in, we just got into June, we're not at the end of June. Nigeria budgeted or is said to have spent 3 trillion naira. Almost double what it spent in 2021. Almost double. Now, according to reports, still on the Vanguard, under President or former President Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria spent 7.83 trillion naira on subsidy. Reuters puts it at $10 billion. Business Day, published June 4, 2023, claims Buhari spent 11 trillion naira on subsidy. Now, there are reports that we the people, we consume about 33 million liters of fuel every day. I wonder how true. But if that is the real consumption, then I'm wondering, since 1994, when Abacha was then head of state and he was alive, none of these people who have come and gone ever thought about building a new refinery. And they did not let the dead bury the dead. They kept trying to revive the dead. And Dangote has now built a refinery. $18.5 billion is what we hear he used to build a refinery that is even bigger than the 4 refineries put together. No, he has a 650,000 barrels per day capacity. Wow. He built it in what? Less than 6 years, 2017 till now, or less than about 6 years. He built a refinery bigger than the 4 refineries in Nigeria combined together. $18.5 billion. Calculate how much we've been spending since Abacha's time. All the monies that we've been pumping into these refineries, hoping that, like Jesus Christ, our friend will come out of the tomb. But no. No. When I come back from the break, I will open the phone lines and I'll get your reactions. To stay tuned.
We take off with the biggest conversations with an exchange of opinions and ideas on the Morning Crossfire.
Settle you into your day when we say hello, Port Harcourt.
Take you on a ride to the sunny side of life.
Cover a bit while picking at the details on hard facts.
Take a detour through the exciting world of sports.
And get back on track with Let's Talk.
Land you safely as we chit-chat into the morning on Chat Station. And then do it all over again on your number one talk, news and sports radio station, 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Drink down, don't go for it. Yeah. Life my highway. Me, I just stay for my lane. Full speed ahead, oh, no limit in my way. God don't make them my path. Nourishment to give me spark. So I go shine my shine and I will go for it. Go, go. No limits, go for it. Go, go. Drink down, don't go for it.
Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria, South South and Southeast Zone cordially invites all members of the Institute, captains of industries and heads of parastatals to a Walk for Life event as part of the 40th anniversary program of the Institute. Theme: Embracing Wellness. Guest speaker: Dr. Richard C. Okoye, MBBS, CMC, CEO, Chief Medical Director, Save a Life Mission Hospital. Date: Saturday, 10th June 2023. Venue: 5 Polo Street, D-Line, Port Harcourt. Time: 7 a.m. prompt. Announcer: Barizage Adoge Norton. Fellow: the Chartered Institute of Directors and Chairman, South South Southeast Zone. Supported by GGI International Limited, Princess Medical Center, and Save a Life Mission Hospital. This jingle is powered by GGI International Limited.
Drink that, don't go for it. Life na highway, me I just stay for my lane. Full speed ahead, oh, no limit in my way. God don't make them my back, nourishment to give me spark. So I go shine my shine and I will go for it. Go, go, no limits, go for it. Go, go, drink that, don't go for it.
Whenever I tell people I'm a full-time master's student and a content creator, they go, huh? How are you able to do both all at once? You bewitch? No be juju, na MTN 5G. Ever since 5G came into my life, I've been on cloud 9. I get to take my classes online in real time and upload my videos before you say Jack Robinson. Even babe isn't left out. Our long distance is waxing strong.
Hello, babe. Can you hear me? Your video is frozen again.
We don't do that here, because life is a breeze.
Experience the wonders of MTN 5G. Hyper-fast internet connection with no buffering, zero lag, and quality data capabilities like never seen before. No be juju, na MTN 5G. Now available on iPhone. MTN. What are we doing today?
Intake is coming.
Who?
Intake, the next big step in my education abroad.
Guy, calm down.
See, Intake Education Exhibition will break down how to get into all those UK universities and the requirements they need. Plus, they will even help me with the application to study in the UK, and it's all free.
Wow.
They will be in Port Harcourt on the 10th of June. What are
You already know these stories, and I just decided to take it back to the 1994 era down to 2023, and it's been an amazing journey, right? You agree with me? But you see, I'm not here to just tell you, oh, this is how far we have come trying to rehabilitate our refineries. We of course would have to talk solutions, talk for development, right? So I then looked at the NLNG. Why is it working? I mean, we've seen that the NLNG seems to be gaining more ground, right? I might be wrong. You stand to correct me. I'm not in the oil sector, but it looks like the NLNG is gaining more grounds. And then I looked at it. 49% of control in the NLNG goes to the Nigerian government. 25.6% goes to Shell gas. 15% goes to Total Energies, and 10% goes to any international. So it means that, like some people have argued, government should be part of the management or the shareholders of some of these very important companies, so that the people will be represented in these companies, like once again NLNG. So could we have made a mistake during Yar'Adua's reign when we removed the refineries from private hands and put it back in the government's hands? Did we make a mistake there? Could we go back to the private sector and shake hands with them and run a private-public partnership? Or better still, maybe the state governments can also begin to bid in partnership with local investors. The people who are sponsors of coal-fire boys, allow me to use that terminology. The people who are from the state or from the region, the Niger Delta region, who are into the oil sector, who are major investors and stakeholders in the oil sector. Maybe the state government in the Niger Delta could decide, or even River State could decide to go into partnership. And just like NLNG, remember formerly LNG, get a 49% stake, allow these other oil investors, it could even be the multinationals, also have little stakes, and let's get the refineries working. Or maybe the refineries are not even supposed to work again, and like Dangote, build a new refinery in less than 4 years. I hear when the first one was built, it was built in about 2 years. So what can we, with all the technology, our boys are, I'm not supporting it yet again, but some people have argued that if the boys could, in the various bushes, create stuff, maybe those boys can be trained, employed, and they will create us workable refineries. But there's something Dangote must have seen. For him to have tried, or should I use the word tried, or should I say for him to have bought, in partnership with Otedola, the 4 refineries, that means he saw something at the time that the Nigerian government has not seen: the viability of the 4 Nigerian refineries. And it's sad that as blessed the land as we are, or we have, Nigeria's soil, in terms of crude oil, we still cannot afford petrol. We cannot afford petrol. We cannot afford cooking gas. We cannot afford jet fuel. It's a sad one, because if our refineries were working, that argument that the NNPCL is bringing, that it will not crash the price or the prices, I do disagree. But that's my personal opinion, and that's not for the show though. So I'm going to open the phone lines, listening to the story that I've told you, and placing the death of our 4 refineries. I think I can say they are dead, right? Because they are not working. Given the fact that even though the refineries are not working, workers are taking the little resources, or should I say revenue, or should I say money that we have, even though it's not working. I'm not saying they should sack them, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, they're still being paid. Should we not look at the NLNG and say, okay, let's copy something, or better still, let's leave the NLNG out of this. Let's think as rivers people, as Nigerians. Can we get any good thing from these 4 refineries? Or better still, should we build new ones? And it reminds me of the Ajokuta steel factory. Anyways, let's not go there. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. Those are the numbers to call me with, but you can send me messages 0809 030 6416. I want you to see and note that the refineries have defied every kind of investment since military rule, Abacha, Abdusalami, then civilian rule, Obasanjo, Yaradua. Although we don't have statistics for Yaradua's investments, but Yaradua, Goodluck Jonathan, Buhari, and now, who knows, Tinubu would also want to invest. Aha. This one says, Kalada, successive governments in Nigeria are worse than boys. Just look at the statistics you reeled out from before I was born till date. Nigeria. Okay, I can't read that one. I can't read it on. This is good evening, Kalada. You're texting from Virtue Gold Rumosi. If our refineries are not working, it's not rocket science, but I'm ashamed of both past and current presidents of Nigeria. But I can tell you that our leaders are misleading us in the country. Look at the money they're spending, about 3 trillion naira. Let me tell you, very soon, if Dangote can build refinery for about $18.5 billion, that shows you that the leaders we have in this country are not capable of leading us. They are only interested in what goes into the pockets. If we continue like this, we will not have a place we call home, because they are making only Dangote to succeed in this country. What a shame. Huh? All right then. Okay. I'm going to go to the phone lines. I'm going to read some of your text messages, I promise. But I've got Braid, and he's calling me from Diob. Braid.
Canada.
Yes, good evening to you. Welcome.
Yes, Canada. It's appalling. It's really we're in a very bad dilemma. That Nigerian refinery cannot work for how many decades? Billions of dollars is being poured on moribund refinery. And that same refinery that is not working is employing people. Canada, wonder shall never end. And the same Opedola and Dangote took over the refinery, and there was an headway suddenly before they took it over from them again. And before Dangote could be able to decide to build a refinery, he has seen the dividend in refinery.
Of course, I think he has.
And the same Dangote borrowed money from Nigeria to build his refinery. Canada, I bet you there is no way our refinery will work when there is subsidy.
Do you think there is sabotage, or do you think maybe it's government not supposed to be in the field of business? What do you think is the cause?
There is a very serious sabotage
going
on, because what they're having from the subsidy, it will be more than what they are going to gain if the refinery is working.
I see.
So they believe that refinery should not work, because the moment that refineries work, they are shopping as.
All right.
So the subsidy removal is okay. It will bring all our experts to book if they cannot really showcase their expert rate.
All right, thank you very much, Braid. I've got to take Samuel's call, and he's calling from Obirikwere. Samuel, good evening to you, Samuel.
Good evening, Commander.
You're welcome. Let's talk.
Thank you very much. I want to talk about what you said earlier.
I need you to be audible. I can barely make out what you're saying.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Better, loud and clear.
Okay, I said I want to be specific on what you said about that subsidy removal about Nigerian government. The subsidy removal is good because honestly it's an organized crime.
Okay.
It's an organized crime. Okay, look at the figures, the facts and figures you broke down during the era of Abacha, the Buhari's regime. And if you notice something, everything, the cost of maintenance or the money they put there keeps increasing.
Of course.
It keeps increasing. If you notice it, starting from Abacha to this person, Obasanjo, to Lord Jonathan, to Buhari, you notice that if there is one trend, the money never goes down, keeps increasing. So to me, and our refineries are not working.
But do you think it's going to work? And if yes, how is it going to work? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Of course, it's going to work. But I know the problem.
What's the problem?
The problem is just like in every business venture. There is a cartel controlling it.
Okay.
They are the ones controlling it. There is a cartel controlling it. It's just like when you have, let me say, all these drug barons. There are people that control this, and they are the ones trying to prevent it to work. They are the ones trying to prevent it to work. And they are, like the last caller said, they are cashing out big time out of it. So my solution, or what I feel is the solution, yes, the president should take a good decision in a right step. He started in the right step. A good decision to stop it. Then encourage more private investors in it. Let them start building refineries. Let the government not manage anything at all in the country.
All right.
Because you've seen the issue of Nigerian Air. I know you've seen the issue of it coming out. Anything managed by this government goes into it. You gave a good example of LNG. I think if the government, I feel if they just allow total private control of all these our refineries, let these big companies like Shell, Chevron, Total, let them be the ones building the refineries there and managing it. Then the government can have its big.
All right then.
Not total control.
All right then. Thank you, Samuel. I've got to take other calls. Nice talking with you. I could let you talk all day. Odima is calling from Warfare. Odima, greetings to you.
Hello, Canada. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
I want to start from where the last caller stopped. I think it's an organized crime, and it's deliberate.
Okay.
Starting from Abacha till today, nothing has changed in terms of leadership. It's the same people, the same type, different drive. It has been the same people, and they know what they are doing. Nobody will probe anybody. So, and they all know what. You remember in 2021, somebody said that if Dangote finally gets a refinery, that fuel will cost 500 naira. I want to mention the name. It has happened today.
No, you can tell me so I
because
can.
Things will begin to change because they are changing. They are moving their investment back because most all of them have refineries outside Nigeria. And there's one question Nigerians are not asking.
Yeah.
You do crude oil swap every time and then all the time. Or the only thing they account for us is PMS. To the other byproducts, nobody's asking those things. So as long as the refineries are not working, it's good business for them. All of them put together.
All right.
So, and asking us what we want, how we want this to. Who is going to do? There is the same people there. It's the same people. Tinubu is the same thing with them. It's the same kind of people. Tinubu cannot do different things from what Buhari, Obasanjo, or Jonathan did. They are the same kind of people.
All right.
So I don't expect Tinubu to do anything different. I don't expect anything different to happen.
Okay.
It's the same kind of people. Until Nigerians, we are ready to take our nation, leave church and mosque, leave prayer. When we are ready to take over our nation, take over our country, back from them, that's when this is will change.
All right.
Thank
you very much. Thank you. Zion is waiting. Is calling from GRA. Zion, good evening to you. Zion, can you hear me? Hello, Zion. Okay, I think we've got a connection issue there, so I'm going to let it go. But we're live on Facebook, Nigerian PH, just so you know, and you can go there and drop your comments, and I like to hear from you. We're active on Twitter, Nigerian PH as well, and on YouTube we're live. Ima Ari says, good evening, Kalada. The refinery neglect is a calculated plot to have what we have today. If Dangote could buy the refinery, but we are unable to make it work optimally, but choose to build his own, how can we justify his actions of building his? Ima, I don't understand what you mean by how can we justify. He bought it, the passenger sold it to him, and maybe we made a mistake taking it back. I don't know if you agree. Maybe he would have done something good with it. Maybe he would have improved on the capacity But what do I know? I've got Promise and he's calling from Rumodumaya. Promise, greetings to you. Welcome on the show. Good evening, Promise. Promise, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Promise, welcome. Let's talk. What's on your mind?
Okay, I think it's a shame and it's a slap to this country.
Okay.
That one man, Dangote, he fixed up a refinery for 18 point how many billion?
18.5.
Which is something that Nigeria as a country or as a country can afford.
Mm.
And one man is fixing it up. The benefits should be going to just one man. Knowing fully well that if these refineries are fixed, it will go a long way to help over 200 and something million people in this country.
Mm.
And you want just one person to benefit from it. It's a slap, it's a shame. In fact, other countries are not supposed to even hear this. This news is not even supposed to come out globally.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Promise. I've got Richard from GRA. Richard, I beg your pardon. Welcome on the show.
Yeah, good evening, Kalada. I am calling from GRA.
Welcome, Richard. Welcome.
Yeah, I think it won't be fair or it won't be good to say that government should not be involved in business.
Okay.
If government is not involved in business, how can they now employ people and pay people? But the problem we have here is that we have persons in government who does not have business in government to be in government. These are the people that see Nigeria as a settlement ground. You put somebody there so that you can settle the person for his loyalty and his support. That is why we are having what we're having. If you go to our refineries, you'll find out that there are some persons who are in refineries. They don't even know the meaning of refinery, not to talk about what to do in
Richard, can you
make
hear me?
Our refinery working or start working. So it's just settlement around the people and others. When I heard about in fact, some years ago, I heard how much an NPC remits to government and how much government paid their workers. I was like, what kind of madness is this? So, we just need to people who have the willingness to make sure that, or to make Nigeria work, be in government. That is the problem we're having here. So if you like you said, NLNG working, it's because persons who have personal interest, those companies that are there to make profit. Well, because government also have partnered with a private organization. Now that one is working. Why not see that as a template to other government businesses? Some private organizations, give them a particular stake and take your own stake. Let them work so that our government and our parastatals will be productive.
All right,
it's not just getting people that this one is my cousin, this one is loyal to me, so because of that, fix my brother there. Have you interviewed? Okay? What about interviewing my brother? He said, "Don't worry, I have already interviewed my brother."
All right, thank you, Richard.
Knowing what to do and all those. Not only this refinery that will have problem. Every other business of government are dead because of the kind of people we put in the places.
All right, thank you very much.
And the willingness of our leaders to make things right.
I've got to let you go. But Richard, I was going to ask you, I don't know why I can't always have a conversation. I would have to speak with whoever is in charge so we can work on this. But I wanted to ask you said, how will the government employ people if it does not involve in business? But government's job is not to employ people. Maybe on a good day we'll have this conversation and we'll look at other countries. Government's job is to create a conducive environment so that businesses can thrive and then employ people. But I've got Caleb and he's calling from Owerri. Caleb, good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome. What's on your mind? Yeah.
Like a previous caller said, it's an organized crime and the senators are involved. The Senate.
We can't call names because we don't have proof. So let's leave senators and no senators. Let's just talk for development, please.
My brother, it's okay. National Assembly is involved. They approve the budget.
Okay.
There's nothing happening in Nigeria that they don't know.
Okay, I get your point.
National Assembly is like the engine of Nigeria. Without engine, a car cannot move. There is nothing, absolutely. We have Senate Committee on Aviation, Senate Committee on Defense, Senate Committee on Banking and Finance, Senate Committee on Oil. They know everything, my brother. There is nothing, absolutely, that is happening in Nigeria that they don't know.
All right. Okay. Thank
Put
you.
me anywhere.
All right. I will.
Crime or to take a country by force.
All right then. Thank you very much, Caleb, calling from Owerri there.
Money,
I've got Dakuku from HA.
Hello?
Yeah, Dakuku.
This is Dakuku from Apok.
Yeah.
Let me talk about first subsidy, which they remove. For me, personally, therefore, even there's something the president will do, he has a lot of work to do before removing first subsidy so that he cannot touch anybody. He does somebody who has a serious wound. Before you'll be able to treat that wound to sow it, you'll be able to give him that treatment. So as it to sustain if he is sowing that thing, it will not pain that person. Nigeria has suffered from COVID-19. So money, this situation of money coming up now, they are doing it. No, it's too bad. I don't even like it.
All right, thank you.
Border.
All right,
do other things. Impact people. Come to the governors. So impact the flag they can do what we do.
All right.
You have to push first of it. We're able to keep taking off. I don't like it.
All right, thank you very much, Dakuku. We're not talking about fuel subsidy. We're talking about the refineries. But your point is noted. Open the borders, you said. But there's a message that just got me smiling. It says, Kalada, from the figure you have reeled out, you can see that corruption in Nigeria has been graduating. What school? Well, you went ahead to say there's been nothing basically wrong with those refineries but sabotage by fuel importers. The best thing is to privatize them and more investors licensed to build new ones. But the most important thing is that Tinubu has vowed to continue where Buhari stopped, which is a bad news. DK, I've told you this thing at times with that number, that Tinubu said he will continue in infrastructure, not in all things. Hector from Ngboba, welcome. Let's talk. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
If you look at the refineries, the 4 refineries we have so far, they were all built by the military government.
Okay.
Now, the civilian government came in 1999. And it is unfortunate that the government, the civilian government, in the past 20-something years, could not maintain the refineries that we have. And they have amassed billions of trillions of naira for maintenance. And every time we keep hearing about turnaround maintenance. But yes, nothing has turned around. We have not seen any turnaround. Just like some persons have said, it is an organized crime. I think it has to do with also the message, it's related to the message I sent on WhatsApp. I don't know if you read it.
All right.
Is it that good? My opinion, though, is not the only person that owns this refinery. If you investigate very well, KG, you will find out that some persons, some cabals that have helped public institutions have, stolen money, tried the public institutions, and they now front Dangote.
Hector, summarize. There's a commercial break coming up. Summarize, yes, please.
But today we are celebrating Dangote. All I'm saying that investigate. Dangote is not the only person that holds that finance.
Nigeria's got a stake, if that's what you're saying. I believe other people have got stakes as well. But this is where we would have to step down the conversation for now until the open season. So I'm seeing your messages. Trust me, I will read them. I'm seeing your WhatsApp messages. I've read them the open season. But up next, after the news update at 5, we will talk Rivers State is a Christian state. Stay tuned.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after this.